All right, so today we're going deep on something a little different.
Yeah.
We're looking at a podcast script for teaching English
Okay.
to beginners.
Yeah.
And now I know what you're thinking.
Uh-huh.
I already speak English.
Yeah.
But stay with us here because I think there's some
Okay.
really cool stuff in here about learning. And it's not just about languages.
Absolutely.
So I'm excited to get into this with you. What's interesting here is they use a morning routine
Yes.
as like the basis for teaching basic English.
It's a fascinating approach, actually, because they tap into this idea of routine, which is so
Right.
fundamental to learning.
So yeah, I mean, how does a morning routine help someone learn a new language?
Well, routines are all about repetition and predictability,
Right.
right? You do the same things in the same order pretty much every day. And
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
that actually becomes a huge advantage when it comes to learning.
Oh, okay. So if you're trying to learn new words or phrases,
hmm
you're doing it
Yeah.
like as part of your routine, and that helps it stick.
Exactly. It's like you're embedding the practice into a framework
Yeah.
that your brain already recognizes, and you're actually rewiring your brain. Every time you repeat an
Oh,
action or a concept, the neural connections get a little stronger, a little more efficient.
huh.
And that's how you form habits. That's how skills become second nature.
So it's bigger than just language.
Absolutely. It's a fundamental principle of learning,
Yeah.
whether you're talking about music or software or even marathon training.
Right.
Building a routine around your practice can make all the difference.
Like athletes, they train.
Oh, yeah.
They don't just show up to the Olympics and
No, they've got
Um,
incredibly structured routines to get them to peak performance.
yeah, and it's all about that repetition.
Yeah, it's about rewiring their brains for
Yeah.
optimal performance through consistent focused repetition.
So this English lesson goes through these like basic actions,
Yes,
like waking up, brushing your teeth, having breakfast.
precisely. They take these very simple, everyday activities, break them down into simple phrases, encourage learners to start speaking right away.
I see. So it's not overwhelming.
Right.
It's just like small wins.
It's about building confidence from the ground up.
Yes, and I even noticed they said in here, it's okay to start small.
Yes.
Use 1 or 2 sentences. The more you practice, the better you'll become.
That's so crucial no matter what you're learning.
Yeah, like progress over perfection.
Right.
I mean, that's something I have to remind myself all the time.
Yeah, it's easy to get bogged down aiming for flawlessness from the start.
Yeah.
But just starting somewhere and building on it consistently, you're way more likely to achieve your goal.
Absolutely. Are there any other tips that they give in this English?
They do, and they're actually quite insightful.
Oh,
They suggest writing down your routine,
okay.
practicing it out loud, and even seeking feedback,
Oh, that's great.
which you can apply.
That's not just for
Anything?
learning English.
Absolutely.
That's amazing. So like if you're learning to code,
Yeah.
you can write down a few lines of code,
Practice typing them out. Yeah.
practice, and then have a friend who codes look at it.
Exactly.
Let's give you some feedback.
Or if you want to get better at public speaking,
Right.
you can write a short presentation and practice giving it in the mirror every morning.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
And then like record yourself and ask a friend for feedback.
Exactly.
I love this. So we can use those simple strategies for anything.
It really highlights the universality of these learning principles.
Yeah. So, I mean, what's the takeaway for our listener today?
Well, we started with a simple English lesson,
Yeah.
but I think we've uncovered some really powerful insights about how routines can revolutionize learning.
Yeah.
So I would challenge you, the listener, to think about one small routine
Mm.
you can create this week to boost your learning in an area you're passionate about.
Yeah.
Maybe it's dedicating 10 minutes every morning to practicing guitar chords,
Uh-huh.
or writing a paragraph for that novel you've been dreaming of.
Right.
Remember, even tiny, consistent actions can lead to remarkable progress over time.
That's so true.
It is
I love that. Well, that was a deep dive
a deep dive into
into learning English
who knew
and beyond.
and beyond.
All right. Thanks for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
We'll see you next time.
See you later.